Probably the greatest blessing of living in Florida, especially North Florida, is that everything grows down here year round. The images that you're looking at are from my back enclosure. I have avocado plants growing, two different kinds, Hass and Florida avocados, and I also included some pictures of these aloe plants that I put in the ground maybe a year ago, maybe a little more, and they have just absolutely flourished even with a minimal amount of care. This is why I believe North Florida is probably the greatest survival location in North America. Now, some might ask, great story, Maki, why are we talking about avocados? Well, it has to do with certain adaptations that occur in plants and animals that there's no real good reason for. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Southern Prepper 1. Full disclosure, I've only watched a few of his videos, but he talks about growing strawberries in Florida in the winter as something to use in an economy during a grid down situation. This is a fantastic idea, and this might be one of the only places in North America you can do this. So in the future, we're going to have a deeper dive, a more detailed video, but we're going to put it over at the Patreon channel. Because once again, being over at Patreon gives us the ability to talk about things without allowing Google or YouTube to even have an opinion on it. Because they can't see it. It's nowhere near their servers. Why? Vimeo. Thank you, the people at Vimeo, for giving us this opportunity to be able to speak freely. In order to get to those videos, though, you have to go through Patreon, $1 per month. Many of you, in fact, the vast majority of you, have signed up for the 1-year option, which comes out to something like 80 cents per month for all the videos that we're going to do. Right now, over there, I believe there's access to at least 100 videos, if not more. So once again, thanks to all the folks at Vimeo and all of you who have signed up at Patreon. Very much appreciate it. Now, adaptations that occur in plants and animals that there's no longer a need for. You see, there shouldn't be avocados. Why? Well, any of you who've cut one open, you see this giant, huge seed, this giant nut that's inside it. You'd have to ask yourself a question. What animal could have eaten this? What animal could have literally pulled an avocado off the tree and swallowed it? There's no living animals in North America, or even really South America that I know of, that could do this. And why would that be important? Well, it's the whole reason for seed being inside a fruit. So that the animal can eat it, go along its way, and then at some point, drop it somewhere, and a new tree springs up. Well, the megafauna that used to live in North and South America, they're gone, but the avocado remains. Why? Well, primarily the intervention of man. There's a wonderful, wonderful video out there that's only about 7 minutes long, and it's a guy doing actual science. The title of the channel is Mothlight Media. Now, he has this video out, and it talks about lemurs that are strangely afraid of birds they shouldn't be afraid of, and the story of the avocado, and the pronghorn sheep, and camels. It all goes down to ancient adaptations that have still manifested in modern animals and plants. I'll give you the link to this video. It's a wonderful video. It's done very quickly but concisely. Now, there is an animal they don't talk about that has adaptations it shouldn't have, and it's in Antarctica. And I think it points to something that reveals Antarctica beneath the ice might have a lot more advanced life than what we know. What is that animal? It's the leopard seal. Now, leopard seals are very strange. with the divided flipper in the back, the size, the teeth. They have adaptations they shouldn't have or shouldn't need. These are probably adaptations to something that occurred in the past that no longer exists, but might still. Something we don't know about. One of the first things researchers noticed about the leopard seal is that its head was far too large for its body, and it also had this very strange reptilian shape to it. Mouth full of teeth, total predator, and insanely intelligent. Now here's a graphic that shows just how big they are compared to a human. There is one recorded case of a human being killed by one, many attacks, but when you read the details of this, they bury the lead once again all the way at the bottom. It has to do with interactions with human property. Leopard seals have shown a predilection for attacking the black, torpedo-shaped pontoons of rigid inflatable boats, so much so that leading researchers have to equip their craft with special protective guards to prevent them from being punctured. Why? Why would a leopard seal have such a problem with these long black pontoons? As opposed to just the regular hull of any boat, they don't describe them attacking boats in general, just these long black pontoons. But it got me thinking about something. How many of you have seen these funny videos of the cats? When you put a cucumber next to them, they're unaware until they see it, and then it's like a switch goes off, and they automatically just flip out. You see, the cat is hardwired to have a fear of snakes. Now, you and I might look at each other and go, a cucumber, I guess, kind of in some weird world resembles a snake a little bit, but why would the cat not, which are fairly intelligent creatures, not figure out it's just a vegetable? Why couldn't they just smell it or maybe look at it or put a paw on it or something? They're hardwired. They're hardwired to just react. Now, who also remembers the story? Recently in Colombia, they found a piece of a bone, a backbone of a snake. They named it Titanoboa. And once they reconstructed it, based on known sizes of known snakes, this is how big the snake would have been. You can see this would have been a very bad day. And here's a comparison. This is the bone from the snake they found, and this is a modern boa constrictor. Here's the key. What if there are very, very large reptilian, perhaps snakes, beneath the ice of Antarctica, just having access to the sea, right where the glaciers meet the ground? Now, wait, I know a lot of you are already scratching your heads. McKee's lost it. Snakes are cold-blooded, McKee. They can't handle the cold. They live in swamps and warm areas. You put them on ice and that's it. It's over for them. Well, look at this image. You see how from above, perhaps an animal that was only reacting could mistake a pontoon for a giant snake? Now, I found this video, and I want to show you guys something. It's called Snakes in the Snow. It's from YouTube. And this is a garter snake, North America, just moving around, having a great old day, going between areas that are snow and not snow. You see, the air temperature in this video is, somewhere in the 70s, the mid-70s. So the snake can maintain its body and it can still dive underneath the snow, and the guy in the video admits this, burrows beneath and comes back out. So if this little snake can do this, why couldn't others? Now, that temperature, 75 degrees, many would say, wait a minute, Maki, that's great. There's no air temperature anywhere near 75 degrees in Antarctica. Yes, there is. You see, 24 degrees Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That rang a bell. I've used this article probably a dozen times now. Warm Antarctic caves harbor secret life. And what's the number they use? Let's see. A secret world of animals and plants, including unknown species, may live in warm caves under Antarctica's glaciers, science said Friday. This is back in 2017. The caves, hollowed out by steam from active volcanoes, are light and could reach temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Researchers said, raising the possibility of a whole ecosystem of flora and fauna deep beneath the frozen surface. Why? Why would a seal have an adaptation that looks very, very reptilian? Why would a cat react to a cucumber like this? We know these giant snakes exist and have existed. We have the bones. We have the fossil record. Could there be something like this existing down in Antarctica under the ice, using the steam from those active volcanoes to maintain its body heat, and going out and coming back hunting? I mean, we've literally seen a video of a snake on the ice, on frozen snow. I'm sure many of you up in the Midwest have remembered this. You could, when they start to come out of, what's the term? Hibernacula. The snakes up there in the north, they find these underground dens, and they'll all ball up in one giant ball of snakes, and to maintain their body temperature, and they call them hibernacula, I think is the term. And in springtime, you go out, and whether you're fishing or whatever you're doing, sometimes near lakes, you'll see a ball of snakes, a ball of them. And they'll all start coming out of a hole or going back in, and they'll all be in one area. This could be the case. I don't know why. I have no idea why a rigid hull, inflatable boat, pontoon would be such a problem for a leopard seal. What does it think it's attacking? It doesn't say it attacks all boats. It doesn't say that it attacks normal hulled boats. Only the black pontoon-shaped boats. So I think this gives us a look into what might be coming with the melt in Antarctica. There's another great video out there called Extinct Animals of Ancient History. This one is a channel called The Budget Museum. It's a it's a 15-minute video, so a little bit longer than the other one. But once again, Southern Prepper 1. Also, I just wanted to give a quick shout out here to another video that he did called Survival Scenario 7 Days Saying Goodbye to My Visitor. This is how you make friends. This is how you make friends. Not enough video is done on this during a survival situation, how to relate to people, and how to talk to people, and how to make allies, and how to get intelligence. This kind of stuff is key. So well done, Southern Prepper 1. Just wanted to give you that shout out real quick. But you see, the avocado shouldn't exist. But it does. Why? There are many traits of animals and plants all around the globe, if you look. They shouldn't be that way. The pronghorn sheep is a perfect example out west. It's the fastest land animal in the Western Hemisphere. There's no predator even close. Why would it be so fast? They explain that in this video from Mothlight Media. It explains why this giant lemur is afraid of birds that no longer exist. So I will leave it there. But once again, well done, Southern Prepper 1. Join us over at Patreon if you have the ability to. $1 a month, even less, 80 cents, something like that, 80, 85 cents per month for a year if you sign up for a year at a time. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks to the folks at Vimeo, and we will see you guys next time.